Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Prelim series of Shanta Lakshmi IAS Academy. So today in this video let us discuss the topics of 17th and 18th of January 2026. First we are going to discuss about the Bhagurumba dance or Bhagurumba Dho, International Buddhist Confederation, and third about the Sagar Maitri initiative, and finally Panama, which is a Central American country mapping. So our first topic is Bagurumba dance or Bagurumba Dhau. So why this is in news? Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended this event celebrating the Bagurumba dance, which was held at the Saru Sajai Stadium in the Guwahati, Assam state by the Bodo community. See, here you can see the pictures of the dance performance. It was a very spectacular, and this event included more than 10,000 participants from the Bodo community, and they all performed this Bagurumba dance in a synchronous manner at the same time. The video was very spectacular and very heart-touching. So now let's see about this Bagurumba dance. So it is a traditional folk dance of the Northeast India. Especially it is performed in the state of Assam, mainly by the Bodo community. This Bagurumba dance is also known as the butterfly dance. Why butterfly dance? Because the movements of this Bagurumba dance involve the soft and the rhythmic hand and the body movements. And the movements are mainly inspired by the butterflies, flowing rivers, trees and the wind, aligned with the Prakriti or the Mother Nature. And these dance performances are deeply connected with the nature, agriculture and seasonal cycles, and this represents the joy, harmony and prosperity. And this is mainly celebrated during the harvest festival or the new year of the Bodo community, that is the Bisago, it is the new year of the Bodo community, and other associated festivals also. This Bagurumba dance is mainly performed by the women and sometimes accompanied by men. The men also involved sometimes, but men are playing the instruments. They are not directly involved in dancing event. The traditional attire was also same. Everyone wears this same traditional attire, that is known as the dokona, which is a woven traditional dress, and the oranai, which is a scarf. And as I said, it is performed during the Bisago festival of the Bodo community, which is a new year or the harvest festival of the Bodo community. And the special instruments used during this performance, Bagurumba dance performance, and these are mainly associated with the men of this Bodo community. These instruments are the kam, which is the long drum, sifang, which is the bamboo flute, seja, which is the violin-like instrument, and jota, these are the cymbals. So this is the basic information about the Bagurumba dance from the Bodo community of the Assam state from Northeast India. And coming to our second topic, that is the International Buddhist Confederation. So why we are discussing this? So this International Buddhist Confederation, in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, is going to organize the second Global Buddhist Summit in New Delhi from 24th and 25th of this January 2026. Its first Global Buddhist Summit was also happened in New Delhi in the year 2023. And remember, Buddhism is a favorite topic to the UPSC, and this year, especially this year, the Buddhism is the important topic for the coming prelims, because we repatriated the Piprava relics, so anything related to the Buddhism is important this year prelims. And this International Buddhist Confederation was established in the year 2011 as a non-profit organization and as a global umbrella organization of the Buddhist institutions. It is headquartered in New Delhi, India. So that's why this is very important. It is headquartered in New Delhi, India, under the aegis of the Ministry of the Culture. It was established with its motto, Collective Wisdom, the United Voice. It has the members of more than 320 Buddhist organizations from more than or around 40 countries. It functions as a non-political, non-sectarian body promoting the Buddhist values in the modern world. So this International Buddhist Confederation mainly associated with promoting the Buddhism or the Buddhist values in the modern world, and remember it is headquartered in New Delhi. So now we are going to organize the second Global Buddhist Summit, which will attract the participants from the global countries, and the first Global Buddhist Summit was also held in the India only, that is from 20 to 21st April 2023. Coming to our third topic, that is the Sagar Maitri initiative. So, as part of the 5th edition of the Sagar Maitri initiative, INS Sagar Dhwani has flagged off for the edition of the Sagar Maitri initiative from the Southern Naval Command Kochi on the 17th of January 2026. So, INS Sagar Dhwani has flagged off from Kochi as part of conducting the research under this initiative, which is the 5th edition of the Sagar Maitri. So this Sagar Maitri initiative is the flagship initiative of the Indian Navy as well as the DRDO, Defense Research and the Development Organization. The Sagar Maitri, see the name, the Sagar Maitri, the ocean friendship. So this is aligned with the India's vision of the Mahasagar, which is the mutual and holistic advancement for security and growth across the regions which is concerned with the Indian Ocean rim countries. So the main objective of the Sagar Maitri is to promote the closer cooperation in the socio-economic aspects and also enhance the greater scientific cooperation with the Indian Ocean rim countries. The Indian Ocean rim countries are those countries which are situated along the coast of the Indian Ocean and share the coast of the Indian Ocean. And particularly this Sagar Maitri collaborates with the 8 Indian Ocean rim countries. We have so many Indian Ocean rim countries, but particularly the Sagar Maitri initiative supports or collaborates with the 8 Indian Ocean rim countries, namely Oman, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia and the Myanmar. So how this is going to promote the collaboration with the Indian Ocean rim countries? For this there are institutions involved, that is the Naval Physical and the Oceanographic Laboratory, and this is a laboratory under the DRDO which is situated in the Kochi. So this Naval Physical and the Oceanographic Laboratory conducts the oceanographic missions through this Sagar Maitri initiative, and that's how it strengthens the scientific temperament or the scientific cooperation with the Indian Ocean rim nations. Also, we have this DRDO, as it is a collaborative initiative of the DRDO and the Indian Navy. So DRDO has also played a major role in establishing the long-term cooperation with the Indian Ocean rim countries. How? By establishing the Maitri. Maitri, which stands for the Marine and the Allied Interdisciplinary Training and the Research Institute. So, in order to establish a long-term collaboration with the Indian Ocean rim countries, this DRDO under this Sagar Maitri initiative has established a Maitri, which is a training research institute which is a training and the research initiative in order to give the training to the concerned personnel with the Indian Ocean rim countries. So these are the 2 institutes involved with this Sagar Maitri initiative. Along with that, we have this vessel which is the INS Sagar Dhwani. So this INS Sagar Dhwani now flagged off from the Kochi. So it, as part of this 5th edition, what it will do, it will retrace the historic roots of INS Krishna. So this INS Sagar Dhwani again retraced the historic roots which went by this INS Krishna. So this INS Krishna participated in the International Indian Ocean Expedition in the year 1962 to 65. So as part of this 5th edition of the Sagar Maitri initiative, this INS Sagar Dhwani is going to retrace the route of that INS Krishna, where it went and what the route, which participated during in this International Indian Ocean Expedition. Now coming to the details of the INS Sagar Dhwani, it is a marine acoustic and the oceanographic research vessel. Remember, it is a research vessel related to the oceanography. It was designed by the Naval Physical and the Oceanographic Laboratory and built by the Garden Reach Shipbuilders and the Engineers Limited in the year 1994, and since then it has been giving its services since 30 plus years now. And what are its functions? It will perform some ocean observations as it is the research vessel. It also performs the marine acoustic research. It collects the data for the underwater systems. It also supports the defense and the civilian ocean science missions. Remember, this INS Sagar Dhwani is mainly concerned with the research of the oceanography. Now coming to a mapping point, that is Panama. Here you can see the Panama connecting the North America and the North America and the South America on the Isthmus of Panama. Its capital and the largest city is the Panama City. Its official language is Spanish. Its currency is the Balboa and the US dollar. So the US dollar is the legal tender. Also it has another regional currency, that is the Balboa. Same with its neighbors, it also follows the presidential republic. And this Panama is a land bridge which connects the North America and the South America. It is also a high income country. Coming to its land borders, here you can see Costa Rica on its west and connecting with the Colombia in the South America. Remember Colombia. On its north we have the Caribbean Sea and on its south we have the Pacific Ocean. This Caribbean Sea is part of the Atlantic Ocean. Coming to the major rivers of this Panama, we have the Tuera River and the Chagres River. And we have the Gatun Lake also. The highest peak is the Volcan Barro, which is a dormant volcano. It is a Volcan Barro is the dormant volcano which is the highest peak of this Panama. And while dealing with the Panama, we have the two main important physiographic factors and economic factors, which one of those is the Darien Gap. See, what is this Darien Gap? So this Darien Gap is a dense rainforest region between the eastern Panama and the northwestern Colombia. Here you can see this is the Darien Gap, which is a dense rainforest region where there are no roads and the connectivity. And this forms part of the Choco Darien Biodiversity Hotspot, and it includes the Darien National Park, which is also the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And see, we have this Pan-American Highway. So this Pan-American Highway is a highway or the road infrastructure which spreads from Alaska, that is the North America, to Argentina in the South America. So it is a corridor between the North America and the South America, Pan-American Highway, which is a road project. But see, due to its dangerous terrain and its rainforest, this Darien Gap forms a break here. This Darien Gap forms the break for this Pan-American Highway. So this Darien Gap is also known as the Pan-American Highway break, which do not have any roads and the infrastructure. And coming to our next one, that is the Panama Canal, which is important for the economic perspective. So this Panama Canal is an artificial 82-kilometer lake waterway, and this Panama Canal connects the Atlantic Ocean, that is via Caribbean Sea, and the Pacific Ocean. So it is a canal which is mainly used, it is a waterway mainly used for the trade purpose, which connects the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, which reduces the cost for the nations involving in the trade. And it cuts across the Isthmus of Panama. The France tried to establish or tried to construct this Panama Canal in the year 1880s, but failed due to the engineering failures and the economic failures, and later constructed by the United States and opened in the year 1914. Until 1999, the United States only had the control of this Panama Canal and the trade over it. But in the year 1999, the United States transferred this Panama Canal to the Panama Canal Authority of the Panama country. And say this is a lock-based canal. So remember, Panama Canal is a lock-based canal, but not a sea level like the Suez Canal. So what do you mean by lock-based canal? That means here you can see this is the picture of this Panama Canal, the lock-based canal. That means it has some locks. So first the ship enters here, and after the ship entering this portion, the gate behind the ship is closed and the water is raised. And after that, after filling the water to this total level, so that the ship is also raised, right? And after that, this gate is opened and the ship enters to this next lock. And here the water is removed. And again here the water is raised. So likewise, it does not go through a smooth sea level, on a sea level platform. But it has the up and down lock systems, which helps the movement of the ships in the upward and the downward flow with the help of the water. So this is the lock-based canal system, which have the 3 to 4 lock systems in this Panama Canal. The major water source is the fresh water source. It does not use any sea water. It is a fresh water source that comes from the Chagres River and the Gatun Lake. So that's all for this video. Thank you.